Russia's stock market will partially reopen on Thursday.
Nearly 1 month has passed since stock trading came to a halt in the country following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. According to officials from Russia's central bank, trading will resume for 33 of the country's largest publicly listed companies. The trading day will be shortened and short selling will be banned under a presidential decree. Foreigners are also prohibited from selling their Russian shares.
Russia's stock market has been closed since February 25th. That is the longest shutdown in the country's modern history. Its economy is reeling from sanctions implemented by the international community after Russian forces invaded Ukraine last month. Joining us now for more on this is Georgi Kantchev. He's a business reporter for the Wall Street Journal. Georgi, welcome. Great to have you with us. So the partial reopening of the stock market will certainly be a crucial test for Russia's economy. What do experts expect will happen?
Absolutely. It's really, really crucial to see what happens tomorrow, because what we're expecting is that Russian stocks ultimately will be into a free fall, at least in the beginning of trading, given all the Western sanctions, Russia's international isolation. Experts are saying that Russia is just uninvestable at this point, at least for Westerners. And we really actually got a flavor of what might happen from the London Stock Exchange, where some Russian companies have been trading at it recently. There's energy companies, banks, and they lost nearly all their value earlier this month. And then the exchange suspended trading. So we could be seeing some very major moves when trading goes tomorrow. And those moves will probably be in the southern direction.
Georgi, help us understand what the reasoning might be behind sort of the Russian central bank officials only allowing trading for those 33 shares out of 50, included in Russia's benchmark stock index.
Yeah. Well, these measures, this is part of a package of measures by the central bank to limit the carnage that we're expecting when market reopens tomorrow. They also ordered the sovereign wealth fund to buy shares. Short selling, as you said earlier, which is essentially betting on a stock falling, is also banned. And all this is to limit the order of falls of various stocks tomorrow. And then we have, of course, the measures of foreigners being banned from essentially selling their portfolios, which presumably a lot of these international investors will want to do.
So, Georgi, what are the chances then that the stock market goes haywire and it gets closed again mid-trading day? Is that possible?
It is possible if we see some big moves, which is likely. The central bank will do everything it can, of course, to limit the volatility. And trading in bonds has reopened earlier this week. It was orderly, fairly. Central bank was a big buyer. So this will probably happen tomorrow as well. There will be some limits to what it can happen. But I think the problem is also kind of a bit longer term, because the Russian stock market, the Moscow stock market, the Moscow exchange has been becoming more and more international in recent years. There was, nearly half of equities trading is in the first half of last year was actually by foreign investors. There's also a lot of retail investors from Russia. We know the retail investment craze in the US, and that has also happened in Russia to some extent. So in the absence of foreign investors and all these other limits, there's a chance that the market would be skewed, right? I mean, stocks wouldn't be priced fairly, and that's a big problem, of course, for a stock exchange.
We have time for one more. Let me just ask you, Russian President Putin said that Russia will only accept payments in rubles for gas deliveries to, quote, unfriendly countries, which include members of the European Union. Could this move be successful in rebuilding the value of the ruble?
It is unlikely. I mean, it is a bid, of course, to prop up the ruble by refusing to accept payment of any other currency like dollar or the euro. But don't forget that these are the main currencies. Dollars and euros are the main currencies in which the global commodity trade works. This is how the Europeans pay for the Russian gas and oil. So it is unclear how Russia could force its biggest customers to this change, especially when Europe and the US have sanctioned the Russian central bank and Russian authorities. Ultimately, while it is a play, yes, it is a play to boost the ruble, it might have the opposite effect and to some extent looking more longer term, of course, it might hasten efforts by Europeans to wean themselves off of Russian fuel.
All right. Georgi Kantchev, we really appreciate your insight. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you.